This England team made their country proud with their exploits at the 2015 World Cup and turned women's football into a front-page mainstream sport. The Lionesses lit up the 2015 World Cup, their third-place finish confirming them as England's most successful football team in almost 50 years. Defender Lucy Bronze announced herself on the world stage with that sensational strike against Norway and was proclaimed one of the stars of the tournament. With over 90 caps to her name, Katie Chapman has had a dream year. As well as shining at the World Cup, the midfielder led Chelsea to a glorious double. Please welcome the pride of England's Lionesses, Lucy Bronze and Katie Chapman. Welcome home. And I know it seems a long time ago now, but congratulations again on finishing third at the World Cup. You watched it, didn't you, Stephen? You were in America by then.
Yeah, it was so big over in the US, obviously, because their girls were going well as well.
And how impressed were you with the way they kind of picked themselves up again after being beaten by Japan?
I was jealous. All they've done now is put extra pressure on the lads, but no, they were fantastic and they should be so proud of themselves. You know, what they're doing for all the young girls around the country is special. And
Katie, what does it mean to you to play for England?
I think anyone representing their country at that level is unbelievable, and I think, obviously, I've got my children there as well to watch me, so for me it's magical.
Well, this is the thing, you've got 3 boys, haven't you?
Yeah.
And Stephen's got 3 girls. What
Any
ages
advice?
are they? How old are yours?
11, 9 and 4.
12, 7 and 2.
This is the future of England football. Here, now. And Lucy, how do you reflect on the whole World Cup?
To be honest, I went there thinking I wasn't even going to play. I went, you know, I had a number 12 on my back thinking I was going to sit on the bench, and the first game came and I played left wing and I'm a right back. I scored a few goals and everything kind of kicked off for me in that sense, because no one knew who I was before then.
Well, and you end up not just as one of the players of the tournament, you're in that team of the tournament. One of the reasons was this goal against Norway.
Attacks the penalty, back to Jill Scott, takes that touch, couldn't get the shot away. Maybe Bronze will. She does! Oh, yes! An absolute belter! England are ahead! What a strike!
Stephen, you know about long-range goals. How good is that, and how difficult is it to do it with that power and that accuracy?
It's probably one of the most difficult techniques in the game. So to connect that well from that distance and for it to fire into the roof of the net, it's a world-class finish. And
also a difficult thing to practice. Had you practised?
No.
And you had some official receptions. What was happening here?
Karen Bardsley, our goalkeeper, I think she did that. I don't know why we did that, though, because he wanted to get pictures with us anyway, and we'd met him a few times. He'd rang us whilst we was out there, give us our team talk before Japan semi-final.
Yeah, semi-final.
Yeah, he'd been on the speaker and he was, you know, I know Jose said about the physio, but we had the Prince too in our team talk.
I was actually late to this. There was a tube strike that day and I got stuck in traffic, completely missed the whole thing.
Have your girls suddenly got a different attitude, Stephen, to football because of what they've been doing?
not so much my girls. I think I've sickened mine with football, to be honest. Every time I put it on the TV, they walk out or trying to get the remote to put the cartoons or the American shows back on and stuff. But I'd love them to be involved. I don't know, what about you girls? Did your parents sort of get you into it, or did you just play it in school, or how did you get addicted to football?
I just started playing in school, yeah. Just joining in with the boys in the playground.
Maybe I'll try that one then, see if that one works.
My mum just about learned the offside rule for the World Cup, I think. So, I mean, I just copied my brother.
Well, you've had the most unbelievable season, because obviously the Lionesses did so well, but also for your club, for Chelsea. You won the league, having lost it last year on the last day, and you won the FA Cup final at Wembley for the first time, which was massive.
Yeah, it was history. I think, just playing the first ever Women's FA Cup at Wembley. I mean, to be on that massive stage and to get the support there that we did was an unbelievable moment.
And the setup is changing so much, and actually none more so than at your club, Lucy, at Manchester City. They didn't have a women's side until, what, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, last year was their first proper year in the league, and, you know, at the minute we're the only women's team in England with our actual own stadium. We train at the men's training ground, we have our own changing rooms there, you know, we share all the facilities, which is unheard of, really, in the women's game across the world, let alone in England. So Man City are really kind of paving the way in women's football, and I'm so happy that I'm at that club.
It's nearly Christmas, and we know Jose is going to be very busy telling his secretary who to send cards to, who not to, who he wants to write personal messages to. But, Stephen, normally over Christmas, I mean, you'd be getting ready for a Boxing Day match and presumably, therefore, not eating a lot on Christmas Day.
No, very light, and you know, most Christmas nights I'm in a hotel preparing for the Boxing Day fixture.
So what's going to be different this year?
I'll be having a glass of wine or a beer.
There's quite a tradition, isn't there, of Christmas parties at the various football clubs, and then being fancy dress parties.
Yeah. I've been to a few lively ones over the years, yeah.
Will you get invited back this year?
I haven't yet, no.
Oh.
We'll have to see how the next couple of weeks go, but if I get an offer, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm available.
Let's get that invitation out there, because when it's fancy dress, you really make an effort. I mean, look at that, it's very good. And the main thing is with fancy dress, if you're going to do it properly. So who is this? Peter Crouch is correct, but obviously... who's that? Do you know who that is?
Ramsey?
As Rambo, exactly. Aaron Ramsey. And what about this one? Do you know who that is? Where's Wally?
Gareth Barry?
Gareth Barry. Very good. And finally, who is this? I think that is the best fancy dress I've ever seen. I want to know... How many hours of makeup did that take? Because that is amazing.
It's not makeup, it's a mask.
That's a great effort.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just had to go to my granddad's to lend all the clothes. And I won it that night as well.
I think very good effort. Well, listen, if you do get invited to the Liverpool fancy dress party, will you send us a photo?
Sure.
Just before you leave,
Promise.
send us a photo. Have a brilliant Christmas, all of you, and thank you so much. We've reached the end of the show.